Hello and welcome to the First Aid App 101. Today we will talk about the First Aid app available from the American Red Cross. So today what we'll talk about is how the First Aid app from the American Red Cross, why it's important, what it can do. We'll also talk about how to download it, and then we'll take a look at some of the uses of the app, some things you can do with it, and a more in-depth look at several of its features. So, as you can see by this slide here, the First Aid app is free. It's available in both English and Spanish and designed for both Apple and Android devices. The best part about this is that you are able to download it on your iPhone, your iPad, your iPod, or any Android-enabled phone or tablet. More highlights of the First Aid app, as you see here on this screen. This preparedness information that it talks about is accessible regardless of if you're connected or if you have Wi-Fi. So whether you have 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter. If you don't have any of those, that's fine too. Once you've downloaded this app, that information is there for you at any time. So it's a really great tool to use in any circumstance because you have all that information right at your fingertips. All you need is battery life. So as you can see here, more highlights of the app. You can access step-by-step information on different ways to respond to different emergencies, and you can get further involved with the Red Cross. Again, these are there. Whether you have service or whether you have Wi-Fi or not. So as long as you have battery life, you can access the step-by-step information that can help you in any emergency. So as you can see, the reason we think you can't live without this app, it gives you an opportunity to learn what you can do before an emergency, during an emergency, after an emergency, help you be prepared, maybe mitigate or prevent certain emergencies from occurring. And then it also helps you to respond to them both during and after as well. While this app does not take the place of being First Aid certified, it can provide you with important information about how to respond to emergency situations. So even though there's a lot of great information in this app, it does not take the place of going to an actual class and becoming First Aid certified. We'll now talk about how to download the app. So it really depends on if you're using an Apple or Android-powered device. In this recording, we will show you how to do it on the Apple device, but it's not much different on Android. So you start first by going to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. For either of these, you will need some kind of connectivity, either Wi-Fi, as you see here above, or 3G or 4G service. And then you just click on the icon for your store. Once there, you will search, go to the Search tab, type in Red Cross. Here it will list all of the apps that the Red Cross has available. And once you hit search, you can see them here. So once you search the Red Cross, you can see the different apps. The first one that appears in the iTunes App Store is the First Aid app. To download this, you simply click on the little cloud icon there with the arrow pointing down, and it will begin to download for you. Once it begins to download, you will see this screen, and it will now, the icon itself has a progress bar, and the little cloud that you clicked now says installing. You may see a screen appear that asks you to log into either your iTunes or Google Play account. This isn't going to charge you anything. The app is completely free. Sometimes, depending on your settings, you might just have to log in to verify the download of a free app. So it really depends on the settings on your phone. But don't worry about that. It is still completely free. You will not be charged. I will also point out that some users will have to update the operating system on the phone in order for the phone to be compatible with the app. And to do this, just contact your service provider, and they can help you go through the process of updating your operating system on your phone. So once you've downloaded the app, if you return to your home screen on your phone, you should see the icons now appear on your home screen, and the progress bar will be there as well. You can see that there. Once the download has completed, this is only true in Apple products. This does not appear in Android products, but in Apple you will see this blue ribbon kind of appear over the icon for the app, and newer versions will have the word new in the blue ribbon. So newer versions of iTunes or the operating system on iPhones and iPads will have the word new right in that blue ribbon. This shows that you haven't used the app yet and it's still brand new. So to open the app, you simply have to click on the First Aid app icon there, and it will bring you here. This, as you see here, this is the screen you get the first time that you use the app. It's a lot like what I said earlier. Red Cross does not provide medical advice or diagnosis. Though this is a lot of great information, again, this does not take the place of being First Aid certified, being certified in emergency response, EMT, paramedic, doctors, etc., etc. So that's basically what this page here says, and you have to agree to the terms here in order to, or accept the terms here in order to use the app further. So you simply click on accept up there, and you can move throughout the app a little bit more. So this will be the normal home page every other time now that you've opened the app, and this just brings you right to the Learn page. So as you can see there, when you open it, it'll say, give you a chance if you're in the emergency, and that's why you're opening the app, and it'll give you a chance to quickly click on that link there, click on that tab at the bottom that says emergency, and it'll bring you there, choose your emergency, etc. We'll look at that tab here in a moment. Anyway, but we'll start with the home screen here, the first screen that we see. So this slide is really a reference point for the entire app. This is a good place to kind of come back to at any time, and this will give you a it's really the home screen. So it's where you're going to find everything. You'll learn all about first aid. You'll have your links to preparedness and to emergencies, etc. So if you get, kind of get lost sometimes, you can maybe come back, just click on the Learn tab at the bottom there, the little book that's highlighted there in red, and you can come back to the screen and kind of get your bearings again. There's not that much information that too many people should get confused, but like any information, sometimes it's just information is information, right? So this is the home screen. You can see here the different links, different emergencies that you can see. So if you actually scroll down through this, you'll find some other links. These links are for other types of emergencies that might happen. So again, this does not take the place of knowing, being formally trained on any of these, but this is a good, first step for people. So if you clicked on the first one, as I did, the allergies and anaphylaxis, you will get some information there. The information, as you can see, is pretty easy to understand. It's not written in any, with too many big words or too many medical jargon. Or, it's pretty much, here it is. Here's the information, easy to read, easy to digest, easy to understand. So as you're looking at it here, you can scroll down through the screen as well, learn a little bit more. At the bottom, you'll see the Q&A. This first picture on the left shows the Q&A screen. What is anaphylactic shock? Once you click on that, as you can see now on the right side, the right image, it'll appear. It will show you, it will give you the answer to the question. So it doesn't give you too much information at first. It allows you to kind of pick and choose what information you see. That way you aren't, inundated with too much information. So that's a great feature of the app as well. So you can play around with that and look at the different emergencies or learn about them all if you'd like. As we can see here, going back just a little bit, click on any of these. They'll be very similar to the anaphylaxis and allergies page. Just have information pertaining to each emergency. If you click on the prepare, which is a little check mark down below, you will end up at this screen here. You can see now at the bottom that the check mark is highlighted in red. So similar to the Learn tab, this tab has a lot of information about different emergencies. Instead of just giving you general information about them, this is going to give you more of an action that you can take. So if you click on to any of these, such as earthquake, this will give you some actions that you can take to help prepare for an earthquake before an earthquake happens. So again, you'll see pretty easy to read, easy to digest information here, and you can scroll through the information as well. First, it gives you the checklist, but then you can also get more information, as you see here, moving indoors, what you're supposed to do indoors, outside in a vehicle. So it really covers all the bases and gives you not just a checklist of what you can do, but information as to what you can do as well. If you click on the emergency tab at the bottom, that pops up first when you first open the app or when you first get to the home page, this is where you'll come. This is intended for use if you're in the middle of an emergency. So if you're out and about and somebody has an issue or you have an issue, you can open the app and find some information. Again, this does not take the place of EMS or being properly trained, but it is a good first step and it's a good tool if this is all you have. So you can click on any of these links and it'll give you more information. As you can see here on the bleeding screen, this gives you, again, some pretty easily worded, easy to digest information on what to do. Put pressure on the wound with whatever is available to stop or slow down the flow of blood. Fairly straightforward, easy to understand. There is a video there that can show you what to do as well, and there's also a link that will allow you to call 911. Before you are allowed to call 911, you have to confirm the call, as you can see on the right side there. This helps to ensure that we're not making too many calls to 911 that are unnecessary. Where some bleeding injuries may require further emergency medical service assistance, some just really need pressure and a Band-Aid. So knowing the severity of the emergency helps, and if you need to call 911 after you've gotten the initial pressure on the wound or taking care of the emergency to whatever degree you can at that moment, based on what you see in the app, calling 911 might be necessary. You can call it here. So, as you can see too, if you scroll down, there are some expanded images for you to see as well. So it's not just videos and words. You can see some images. It's a little interactive, and you can really get a good idea. And you don't have to use this only in emergency. You can use the bleeding section, the choking section, any of these at any time. You can even use these as a prepare or a learning tool as well. As you can see here, it also has a Q&A section much like the Learn screen. And again, you just click on any of those questions there and it will expand to give you the answer. So it's not just useful in an emergency, it can be used before as well. Next, if you're on that bottom tab line again, you can click on the test, the red question mark, the question mark now becomes red, I should say. Here you'll see different challenges. So after you've read through the information in the Learn tab, after you've maybe gone through some of the Prepare, even maybe some of the emergency tabs there, you can come here and test your knowledge. Or you can test your knowledge, then go read it and come back and test it again. And to do that, you just click on any of the challenges there. And once you've taken the challenge, you'll get a badge. So you'll see the badge now highlighted there. That badge was for the burns. There's badges for CPR, for bleeding. They all have a little badge for them for each of the tests. And this shows that you've completed the test successfully. What's really cool, though, too, is once you've taken the test, it asks you if you want to post your badge. Now you can do this, as you can see here, through Twitter, Facebook, email, or through a text message. And as you can see on the right, this is what it would look like if you wanted to tweet it. So if you have Twitter or Facebook app on your phone and you're connected, you can connect the app right to it and brag to your friends that you've taken a test and you know a little bit more about what to do if there's a bleeding emergency or a choking emergency, if there's somebody's been burned, etc. So again, this does not take the place of being first aid certified. Just because you passed one of these challenges does not make you first aid certified. But it is good to know what to do in these situations, and it's a great first step. And if you actually go take a first aid class, this would be a good tool to have in your back pocket, or something that might help you if you've studied this beforehand. So we encourage sharing that information. Finally, that last tab at the bottom is the More tab. And there's a lot of great features here in the More tab, one of which is the ability to volunteer at the Red Cross, to give blood, to sign up for classes. So maybe you do want to become first aid certified, you want to go to the Red Cross, you can click on the Take a Course link there and get certified through the Red Cross. So there's a lot of great features, and you can scroll through those and learn more about each as well, simply by clicking on the headline there. Finally, when you're all set with the app, you just click on your home button on your phone, highlighted there, and then you will be redirected to your home screen. So just to summarize again, the First Aid app provides a lot of information. This information is ready and available. Once you download the app, it's there whether you have service or not, whether you're connected to Wi-Fi or not. As long as your phone has battery life, you're all good. Not only does this give information about emergencies, it gives you step-by-step instructions and checklists of what to do before emergencies, during, and after emergencies as well. It also allows you to use information in the app during an emergency situation. So if something happens, you're able to pull up information on the app that might help you to mitigate the effects of the emergency or to work your way through it, as well as gives you the opportunity to call 911 using the app. It also gives you a chance to test and to share your knowledge, and then to get more involved with the Red Cross and to practice and share what you've learned. So if you do have any questions, feel free to call this number here. This is our preparedness specialist. If they're unavailable, they'll be able to forward you to someone else here at the Red Cross who can help answer those questions. So we thank you for taking the time to watch this today, and we hope that you'll download the First Aid app free through the American Red Cross. Thank you.